Welcome to Puerto Rico. Some geezers solo rules. Quite cumbersome so far. Going forward, the roles will be split into 3 groups. Okay. Separate each group. Okay. Place 1 doubloon on the first and second rolls. Okay, so these 3 will be get a doubloon in the first round only. Second round, until game's end, you may perform the starting with a roll in the first position. If you are able to, you can perform the roll and you execute it as noted in the roles section in this rules set. It is important to place the played rolls in the order they were played to the side until the round has ended. If the player is unable or not willing to perform the action, the player must choose to do one of the following: either pay a minimum of 3 or 1/2 of the player's doubloons, whichever is more, or place 1 colonist into the government supply onto the governor placard, okay. Or if the roll has doubloons on it, they are turned into the bank. A special note: during the first round, roll failure does not occur, okay. And second part is each roll can fail and require payment for the failure. It is important for the player to manage this condition. The failure is for the trader, the handler. No goods to trade, so no goods to trade in the trading house, I think. For the mayor, Burgermeister, it is no place to play play colonists, so that is on your plantation, I think. Captain, obviously no goods to ship. Craftsman, that's the overseer, not able to produce goods or not available to produce in the supply. For the settler, settler, no room to place a plantation, cautiously use the hacienda. And that was to be step 2, and to be C, the player must now choose either the second or the third roll to play and perform the roll like the first. Huh? Play the roll like the first. Yeah, never mind. The player finally chooses to play either the 4th, 5th or 6th rolls as before, so I think it will all make sense when we play this. And then you end the round, you slide the remaining 3 rolls to the left to fill positions 1, 2 and 3, maintaining the gaps. But if you slide the remaining rolls to the left to fill positions 1, 2, 3, yeah. What gaps are there to remain then? Oh, you remain maintaining the gaps for the separation between first and third. Those gaps, I think. Anyway, place 1 doubloon on the first and second rolls, so that is a recurring theme. So what we do, we need to place doubloons. There is no limit to the doubloons. Doubloons. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and there is no privilege. The privilege doesn't work. Okay. So let's move them up to make this. So the graphic design does not support what we need to do, but never mind this. Yeah, and the buildings. So the buildings change a little bit. For the base game, for the expansion, you have to read for yourself. A library, small warehouse. Small warehouse is a klein lagerhuis. That scores 1 VP for all of one type of good remaining in the player's stock at the game end. So you want all this stuff to have at the end of the game at least one type of good. For the storehouse, score 1 VP for each good in the player's stock up to 3 at games end. I don't know what is that a storehouse? I think a storehouse is also for and a forest house is also for expansion. Large warehouse. So storehouse is something else. It's also expansion. Expansion. Forest house, large warehouse. Same university will get 1 VP for each of the 2 doubloons in the player's possession. So you also want money at the end of the game. A small wharf is expansion, and the werft, the normal wharf, is gone. Union Hall is also expansion, I think. For each 2 of the same goods on the cargo ships at games. No, that's expansion. And no large building bonus. 10 VP awarded for not constructing a row 4 building in a game. And then you just count VPs as normal. So let's rock and roll. So here we are. First round. Oh yeah, there's something else. Randomly choose a corn or indigo plantation and place on your player board. So we take a corn, indigo, and a corn. And odd is indigo. It's indigo. Cool. And we place it on the player board. Like so. Yeah. Okay, we must choose one of the 3 plantations available to place on the player's game board for the settler. So yeah, we can. Well, we don't have money, so we want money. So we take. We must take. Do we have to start with our sayer? Choose a role. Yeah. Select 3 roles from left to right and perform or pause on the role in the order they were selected. What? I think so. I can start with production, but I don't want to start with production. I want to start with plantation. So I want to take tobacco to enable my the Steinbruch, and this goes away. I assume I take the money. Select 3 roles. Yeah, I guess so. So I took this so this privilege is not available, but now I enabled the purchase of Steinbrug. So yeah, that is done. Then I would select the Baumeister to build a small indigo couperay. Normally there is a privilege, but now I have to pay for this thing. And fortunately I have one doubloon. So maybe that's how it's supposed to work. So that was the first roll, the first rounds. Place one doubloon on the first and second rolls. Maybe it doesn't work like that. Maybe the doubloon is only placed the second time. It will change the game considerably. But I can't produce anyway because I need the colonists, so it doesn't really matter, I think. So the things that I chose, yeah, I would select also the Burgermeister. Can I? No, the first must be executed. So I gain a money and pay a minimum of 3 or up to half the player's doubloons, whichever is more. I cannot pay 3 doubloons.